Afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chuck, broadcasting live from Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware. We're going to be on the show today for the next 30 minutes, and if you would like to come by the store after the show or during the show or even call the store, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is just real quick off the highway right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. If you want to call the store, if you have a question about what I'm going to be talking about or just a question in general, the number is 210-341-1573. And if you want to right now, you can pull up Facebook, and we are live streaming on Facebook, and you can see some of the product that I'm going to be talking about. If you want to ask a question, I might not be able to get to it while we're on the air, but I certainly will answer you after the show. So it's just, if you just go out to Facebook, Happy Handyman, and you'll see a picture of me and Maxwell on there on a book. So I just have to tell you that we just got back from a show in Dallas. This is gift shows that are always in Dallas. I love going to Dallas. And we have found some amazing new products that we're bringing into the store. New product, improved product lines. I cannot tell you how excited we were to be at that show, because sometimes some shows people are very the people that are making all these products, the vendors, they get very cautious, especially in times like this where people are like, oh, what about this and what about that and what about this? And so the vendors will pull back and not make a lot of new product, which is, it's not the way to do things. I won't preach. It's just not the way to do things, okay? But we saw so much great new product. We found new vendors to bring in. So, it's going to be some exciting shopping going on at Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware. The problem, there's only going to be one problem: finding the place to put it. I'm thinking about going up. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let me tell you about an event. You know that during the summertime we have events almost every weekend. The event for next weekend, near and dear to my heart, and Jill's also. She found this event and has really worked hard on it. And hi, Sarah. Sarah's on Facebook right now. Hi, how are you doing? You come and watch the show. If you have any questions, let us know. We're doing a Stuff the Bus event. So what is that? We partner with communities and schools in San Antonio, and we put a big yellow tote in the front of our store, and you can just bring and put school supplies in it. But we thought we would make it easier this year, because sometimes people come in, and since most of my customers, they don't have school-age kids anymore. They might have grandchildren that are school-age kids, but it's not, when they go to the grocery store, they're not going and shopping for school stuff, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make packages up. We'll already put them together for you, like paper and pencils and markers and glue and things like that. And we'll say, okay, this whole package is going to cost $17 or $18. We haven't found the right mix quite yet. And it'll start next weekend. And if you don't have the time to go to the grocery store or go someplace and buy school stuff, you can buy it right there. You can put it in the yellow thing. And then, for you being so kind to do that, we want to give back to you too. So if you buy one packet, you can have 20% off of anything that is in the gift shop. So your entire purchase, you can have 20% off. So think about that. That's Consuela, that's Lalia, that's Glass House Tyler. I mean, anything, apparel, whatever you want. If you had something in mind and you thought, should I? Well, you don't have any excuse now. So you just do that. Now, if you're feeling really sweet and kind and you buy 2 packets of school stuff, then we'll give you 30% off. How can you mess up? You're helping the kids and you're doing yourself a little favor too. So that's what the event is going to be next week. And let me see, I'm probably forgetting something else. Let me look on the second page. Oh, yes, I am. Also, on top of that, Consuelo will be 30% off. And the DK Designs. If you haven't seen DK Designs, I had them on the back, on my backdrop back here. They're the coolest thing. They're, instead of putting a regular wreath on your front door, this is a cutout looking wreath or design, and you can change out and personalize it on the front. You know, just like Nora Fleming has all these little minis that you can change out on their serveware. Well, that's the same thing it's like with the DK Designs. You can change out and put different little minis for different seasons or just events that you're celebrating, and it's the coolest thing ever. Okay, it's so cool. You need to come and take a look at it. And what we're gonna do is, if you buy a door decor, that's what they call the big sign, the door decor, and then you buy a mini, okay, you can pick out another mini for free. So you'll end up going home with 3 minis because the door decor comes with a mini, okay? And then you buy a mini and then we'll give you one for free. So, all right, okay. Hi, Cindy, how are you? Yes, we had a wonderful trip and a very safe trip. So that's the event that's gonna start next week. So let me tell you some of the new things that are going on right now. Now, if you looked at your calendar, your weather calendar for next week, you notice that we're gonna have a lot of rain next week. Yay. And so we might lose power. So what do? Come by and get one of these new Nebo light bulbs. They're called a blackout backup. And what that is it's got a little deal in the bottom of it that charges. And so if the lights go out, you still have a light bulb on. And it will work for up to 12 hours. You can also walk around with it like a flashlight. So you can take it out of your lamp and walk around with it. I would think this would be wonderful. Like if you have your parents and you don't want them to all of a sudden walk out in the dark if the lights go out, trying to find a flashlight, leave them a lamp with a light on. It's so good. They're not expensive. Come and check them out. Nebo blackout backup. All right, another thing I wanted to show you about. I meant to talk about it last week and I just ran out of time. Technor Apex. Okay, they make garden hoses. And the one that they are really known for are the ones that say never kink. That's what they actually say in the name. That is their name. Never kink. And they don't. Okay? They do not. However, some of the drawback is that they are extremely heavy, especially when you get up to like 100-foot hose. And if you're trying to drag it across the yard, it's heavy. And then it's really best when you get through using those hoses is to take them back and roll them up and get them out of the heat, okay? And don't just leave them out in the yard. Well, Technor Apex really listened to their customers and they made this 0G, okay, garden hose called a 0G. And so what is like that is, you saw I was able to lift it very easily above my head, those of you watching on Facebook. And it's so much lighter than just the regular non-kink hoses and or never kink hoses. But the technology is still the same. They do not kink. They have great ends on them. They have these engineered grips that make it easier to put your handles on there. They have 4 inner layers. 4. So they're not going to burst. That's you know, those ribbon hoses, it's all fun and games until they break on you. And but this has got a lifetime warranty, And so you don't have to worry about it. If something happens to it, you just bring it back and we'll replace it for you, because Technor Apex stands behind their product. It's a great hose, and if you need a new hose, you need to come get these. They come in a 50 foot. I do not have any 100 feet, but you could easily piggyback them together. All right, so let's talk about how to clean floors. I just got through talking with Holloway House the other day. Holloway House, they've been friends of ours for so long. I can remember when Dad and I were at a National Hardware show back when it was still in Chicago, and a lady had asked us to find a product called Quick Shine. And Dad had never heard of it, I'd never heard of it, and then we came across this huge booth that was all shiny. It was all done out in laminates and woods and things like that, and the one thing that stood out, it was all shiny, okay? So we started having a relationship with the Holloway House people, and still do. And I can still call them to this day. I mean, I'm just this little hardware store, right? We got 11,000 square feet here. We've got maybe 10 people employed, and that includes me and Mom, okay? But these people are so great. I can call on the phone and I say, hey, I need 3 cases of this and 4 cases of that. And they go, sure, Trudy, let me say. And that's the sign of a great company, who they even take the time for a small person like we are, okay? So they understand that concept. And so I want to tell you how to take care of your floors. I like Quick Shine. I had a house that I bought this little house, it was a big house for me, and it had all parquet wood flooring in it. And the only problem was the house had kind of been sitting for a little bit, and because the people wanted to move on, and they had been moving in and out, and they weren't taking good care of the floor. And if you know anything about wood floors, you know this: you need to keep them swept clean, because any dirt, dust, it's like sandpaper to wood. And before you know it, you have all these fine little surface scratches all over the floor. And at first it doesn't mean a whole lot, but then if you get a whole bunch of them, you can see them all over the floor. And it's very hard then to take care of that. So I wanted something to do with the floor. And the first thing I did was I called somebody to refinish the floors. And after they told me the price and I picked myself up off that floor, I decided I was going to try the Quick Shine that Dad and I had just bought at the Chicago show. So the first thing I did is I cleaned the floor. I cleaned the floor with a product that is called their multi-surface floor finish. And it is so neutral. This is what I loved about it, because I was a young mom back then. I had 2 kids that were at home, and I really didn't have a ton of time. And I just wanted to mop the floor and not have to go back and rinse it again like you had to do with most cleaners back then. Nowadays, you see most cleaners are neutral cleaners, and you don't have to go back and rewash them again. But back then, Quick Shine was the only one in town, and it's still a nice green bottle. And I just showed you the wrong one. Okay, it is the blue bottle, okay, Quick Shine floor cleaner. So what kind of floors can you clean with the floor cleaner? You can do hardwood, okay, you can do your hardwood floors. You don't have to worry. A lot of people worry about putting water on hardwood floors. You don't have to worry about that. You just can't drown them and leave water standing, okay? That's what causes a problem with hardwood floors. If you have a laminate floor, you can wash those floors, okay? And you don't have to worry about them buckling, as long as you just do not drown them and let water stand on them. You can do luxury vinyl plank, tile, laminate, stone, any kind of stone, Satio tile. It's really good. And the nice part about it, you can put it in a spray mop. You can use it in just a regular, it comes with a little squirt bottle, and you just squirt it on, and you take your microfiber and you move it around and clean your floor. All right, so now you've cleaned your floors. Now how do you provide a shine? Well, you've got 2 choices. You can look at the green one that I showed you a while ago. This is a high shine finish. And when I say high shine, that means you get a shine from the first coat that you put on. And you can use it on just like anything that you can use it on hardwood. You can use it on vinyl. You can use it on tile. You can use it on laminate. You can use it on stone. It looks amazing on Saltillo tile. Is your Saltillo tile? A lot of us still have Saltillo tile here in San Antonio. It was so popular in the 80s. And so you maybe have lost that shine on your Saltillo tile. Don't go and wax and do stuff like that. Use Quick Shine. Quick Shine is not a wax. It is a vinyl. It is a, oh my gosh, I've said this a million times. A polymer finish. Okay, it's a polymer finish, and you literally walk it off. It never builds up. It never yellows. You don't have to worry about stripping it off and putting a brand new coat. It's just when your floor is not as shiny as you like, just put another coat on. Well, on these floors in that house, let's go back to that. Let's go back to the original story. I put one coat on, and it looked pretty doggone good. And so every night when my girls went to bed, I would put on another coat of Quick Shine. Well, by the end of the week, it was Friday, I had 5 coats on, and it looked amazing. Okay, so about a month later, we had Thanksgiving. My dad walked in, my mom goes, oh, your floors look so good, and off she walked. My dad looked at the floors and said, I thought you said you weren't gonna call somebody to refinish these floors. And I said, I didn't. It's the Quick Shine. And if any of y'all know my dad, you know then that he can come unglued. What are you getting? Ah! And so we have carried Quick Shine ever since. Now, Quick Shine in the green bottle was the original formula, and that's what everybody used. But nowadays, a lot of people don't like a high shine on their wood floors. It's not as popular, okay? It's more of a matte, and it's a soft glow. Okay, so they make one for that. And it's kind of in this brown bottle, and it's Quick Shine Hardwood Floor Luster. It's just great, and that's what I use on my new wood floors now. So now you know how to take care of your floors. Now let me tell you something. If you want to switch from waxing your floors to using Quick Shine that is so much simpler, you just need to get that wax off. And they make a product for that too. It's a concentrated deep cleaner. Easy to use. You just dilute it a little bit in some hot water, put it on the floor, let it work, give it a little scrub, rinse it off, and you're ready to go. All right, like I said, we went to Dallas Market, and we found a great little vendor that, in fact, I hope she's listening right now. She said she would. Her name is Megan. Hey, Megan, if you're listening. And she does a nail polish. Now, I know this is a hardware show, but we girls have to take care of our nails. But there's something about this polish that I wanted to tell you about. It is a great little backstory that if I had the time, I would tell you. But she made a non-toxic nail polish, and she did it for a reason. And when you come in, I'll tell you all about that reason. But they make reminder nail polish, and in each one, there is a name on the one. Like the 4 that are here, one says grateful, new, rest, purpose. And inside each one is a little card that has a QR code on it that you scan, and it gives you a Bible verse. And it's just a playlist that you can listen to while you're doing your nails on contemporary Christian music. So be looking for this. We're going to have it at the stores. It's called Reminder Nail Polish. And Megan, I hope you're packing up my stuff right now. All right, do you have a broken sink? I mean, like a broken ceramic sink, and it's more than a hairline crack that's in it. I mean, sometimes that can happen with ceramic. You drop something on it, maybe you drop nail polish. Maybe you drop something and it leaves a little hairline crack. Well, you know you can take care of that so easy with a product called Porcifix. So simple. But what if you put a crack in it and it is going all the way through, everything's there, and it's pouring out the bottom? Do you trash the sink? No, you don't have to do that. There is a product called PC11, PC11 is the one I'm showing on Facebook right now, is a white epoxy. And it kind of looks like a long tube, like a cigar would come in. And when you open that up, you'll see on the inside that you take a pinch of it off and you rub it and knead it in your fingers together for a long time. And then you could fix your sink from the bottom, okay? You fix it from the bottom and seal up all the crack on the outside, okay? And it will seal and it will be waterproof. Now, if you're worried a little bit about the inside, you can take some of this, mold it again, put it down in the crack, let it dry, okay, and cure, and then lightly sand it. Sand it so that it's smooth, and then you can take your Porcifix and you can go right over it. And is it going to look like a repair? Sure it is. It's going to look like a repair, but it's not going to cost you $800 to get a new sink. And maybe this is a rental property and you don't want to do that. Or maybe you're just not ready, or you're going to change out the whole bathroom and you don't want to do this right now. Well, this is Plan B. I always love Plan Bs. They're always usually a little more economical, easier, faster. Saves you time, saves you money. So if you've got something like that, a cracked sink, maybe you've got a broken bird bath. Okay, this is great for that. You put the two pieces together, clamp them, and after it cures, your bird bath will be all nice and finished again. And like I said, it's a white epoxy, so it looks good with concrete and things like that. And you can use it wet, dry, or underwater. You can use it underwater. You can use it on wood, metal, glass, masonry, tile, rubber, fiberglass. So a lot of stuff. If you're looking for a repair, take a look at the PC products. They're really good products and they work every time. All right, so I don't want to have to remind you, but I'm going to do it anyway, that now is the time to fertilize your lawn. Guys, we are so lucky right now. We have really dodged a bullet in June. Will we dodge it in July? Who knows? Okay, but for right now, you can get your grass ready for this extreme weather that we are probably going to have. And right now, what you want to do is you want to fertilize. And you want to use an organic. Why organic? Organic is longer lasting, and it's not like just hits your grass real quick, greens it up, and then that's it. No, this, like, I like to use Medina, okay? There are other organics probably that you could use, but I like Medina, and I like it here. And the one that I like to use, I did a video last week, I think, on, because last Sunday it rained, and I threw out the Medina. And at first I thought I was going to use my handheld one to throw it out, but it's a little too thick to do that. So I used it to still spread it out. But like if you've got those walk-along spreaders, this goes great with that. Hey Jean, how you doing? And you want to put that out. And then you want to either do it and it's getting ready to rain, or you water it in. Not because it's going to burn. This is, organics don't do that, okay? They don't burn. If your fertilizer says you must water it in right away, then you might want to take a look at whether or not it's an organic or not. So you would do that. Now, another thing that you can do, and this is what I like about organics, is you can layer them. All right? So then there's another product, so simple to use, and this is what I'm doing next, is the Medina Has to Grow Lawn. You just hook it up to your hose and you start spraying your yard. You could put on the Growing Green fertilizer. You could then water in with Growing Green. You're not going to burn it, okay? And then there's another product that I just found out. I mean, we've had it all along, and I don't know why I didn't spend more time with that, is the Medina Soil Activator, okay? The activator. So what does that mean? That means that it's going to loosen up the soil. It's going to ready the soil for all this stuff that you're putting in for new grass, for new plantings. It's just it covers this right here. It balances the soil. Well, you're not going to have chemical buildup because you're not doing anything like that. And it promotes root growth. It's just the right thing to do for your grass, okay? If it says Medina, it's the right thing. So if you have any questions about it, ask me, because I've been working on my lawn and it looks really good. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here, 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing, it's always a great day to paint. See you next week.